And it might sound funny when I say the words validation about MIBR, but that's in fact what they are going to be looking for here. Not only are they looking to secure a berth into the playoffs, whether it be the semifinals or the quarterfinals, they're looking for that cherry on the top at the end of the year here.
Well, now you know the way that Astralis and Liquid unfolded. If you're either MIBR or mousesports, you want to win this one, right? That way you don't have to face Astralis until the grand final. You're giving yourself, hopefully, an easier path to that point in the tournament. But to note, since Janko has joined the team as a coach, MIBR have not lost to mousesports on land. They've played 4 maps. They played at DreamHack Stockholm, they played at the Face It Major, and they played at ECS Season 6 Finals. And they won all of those games, and mousesports didn't get double digits. So it's been very commanding victories.
Yeah, and I think it's quite interesting to note what Janko said here in the later stages of the interview. The fact that they want to win at least just one trophy that matters this season. You know, saying that about MIBR is a little bit fun, you know, because there was a team that used to win all the trophies back in the days. But now the fact that they haven't won a big trophy this year, I think it hurts a little bit on the reputation of the players. And there's something to be said about these players' hunger for winning trophies.
Yep, and we can start to train our sights down on the map vetoes because again, this is a best of 3 to determine who's our quarter and our semifinalists. So perhaps we could start to take a look into a little deeper what the map pool is going to be for this this matchup. Maybe we can hear what they're saying too if we listen closely.
We good to start?
Nuke. Obvious. All right.
City. Inferno. T.
Cash.
Ban cash.
Alrighty.
There it is.
If only every veto was this.
He's very happy with that quickness, isn't he?
Train, Inferno, Mirage, and it's not going to be any disguising there. We heard the elation from Janko. That's about as much emotion as you're going to get out of him. Guys, what are your emotions on this map veto?
I think that's how we expected it to go. You know, mousesports have definitely been putting a lot more practice into train, so for them to pick that, and it's one of their stronger maps at the moment, makes sense. We saw what they did to Na'Vi yesterday, and then if you look at the pick from MIBR, we highlight a lot of their weaknesses on this map all the time, but mousesports also not a very strong team on Inferno.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that Inferno pick, to be completely honest with you. But as you said, I don't know where they should go elsewhere looking at the map pool for mousesports and MIBR. It's just, as you said, we do spend quite a lot of time criticizing what MIBR is doing on that map. And I'm not really sold on the idea that they're world-class in Inferno yet. They're getting there slowly but surely. But it has been a map they, in the past as well, have been holding on to, even though the results haven't really reflected how much they play it.
Well, how much they play it will come into consideration here. Oddly enough, we are able to, or dare I say privileged, to catch up with mousesports going ahead of this game. We have James Banks on the sidelines, and he's going to hear what I believe is LMBT. Let's go ahead and check in.
That's right, I've managed to grab LMBT from mousesports ahead of their game against MIBR. Now, MIBR are never an easy team to deal with, but mousesports seem to be looking probably in the best shape we've seen you guys in for a while. So how confident are the guys feeling going into this?
I can't tell that we're in the best shape, but during the last 2 months here, that's probably the best shape. But in general, like matchup, we didn't beat them since half year or so. But yeah, now we're just looking better during this tournament. I don't know.
Now, since Stiko's come back into the lineup, right, we see things starting to change. Hence why I mentioned you guys doing a little bit better here. Do you think this is going to be enough? Like you said, you've not won against MIBR recently. Do you think this is going to be enough now to be able to do it here and make sure you get that spot in the semi-finals?
Well, the distance, like in our matchups, with Stiko was only one best of 1. Now it's best of 3 is obviously a different thing, right? And, well, yeah, we managed to gain some team play back, I would say, right? We will see.
Are you confident in this? You seem a little bit like on the edge, back and forth on that. I mean, where do you think it's going to go?
You can't tell like, yeah, we're going to smash them now, right? It's a 50-50 matchup. Obviously, they have 100% win rate with this clan tag, but still the matchup for everyone who understands the game is a 50-50, right? So you can't tell, yeah, we're going to smash them. No, it's not like that, right?
I like the honesty. I like the way it's going. So a 50-50 in your eyes. Guys on the desk, tell me if you think it's going to be a 50 or if you're swaying one way or the other.
You know, LMBT, I'm going to have to say specific for your honesty because thank you for keeping it real. That is exactly what we're taking a look at. We don't have much time before we get into the game. Before we jump into training, your guys' quick thoughts on who's going to be walking away with this one.
Out of the last 10 times mousesports have played train, they won 9, and I think it's going to be 10 after this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Look, I'm feeling mousesports. For whatever reason, I really like what they did yesterday against Na'Vi. The rifles are on point. If those AWPers are able to get a chance in the game as well, then it's probably a good night for MIBR, at least on map number 1, Trace.
Map number 1 could be a 3. It's going to be Train Inferno Mirage. Kicking it off here in the rail yards is going to be our commentators. We do have Henry G and Sadikis ready to take the reins and guide us into who will be deserving this next playoff berth, whether it be at the quarters or the semis. Take it away, guys.
I will take the reins because they call me Santa Claus. How are you, Rudolph?
I'm doing amazingly well. Thank you so much for asking. We've got another great matchup for you here. Some top teams battling it out on a great map as well. MIBR historic on Train, but the way mousesports have looked recently, they might have the better of them. The way they looked against Na'Vi yesterday, as Chad pointed out, it wasn't necessarily the double AWP potential, it was actually the riflers that were unbelievable. So I'm excited to see what kind of game we get here. It will be MIBR starting on the CT side as mousesports pick, as we get 4 sets of armor, a flashbang, and a smoke's already deployed outside. Suggests they will just be committing with this and seeing what can be done. We'll have a look.
Chris J inside of that smoke. Has Stick already working out from Ivy, but he has the bomb, and he's been taken down by Tarek. Tarek's been taken down by Rops. Fur got Sunny, Chris got Fur, Oscar got Cold. That's all your kills. We're back up to date, and now we're going to take you live. As Stewie 2K and Fallen want to get back inside of the site. They've done that, and they've done it convincingly. The problem being that they've allowed the bomb to be planted, so Oscar has a chance at holding this off. Fallen as a kid, 32 HP, not a lot to work with when you consider that the armor will not be a factor for him, or rather a benefit to him. As Oscar swings around, he's also got the headshot onto Fallen as he runs toward the site. Stewie, he's gonna hold this. He's picked up that kit from Fallen, and he's gonna hold it. Oscar is not aware that he's got the kits, and is unaware that he's got 5 seconds already defusing the bomb. Headshot afterwards, but it's consolation for very little as MIBR takes 1-0.
They certainly do. A chaotic round there coming right down to the wire. And Stewie showing balls of steel as he goes to that full defuse there in the 1 versus 1. Oscar doesn't peek, and like he said, the kit picked up, enables him to get it. But he goes down in the end, and that might actually suggest that mousesports go for a cheeky buy here, because they got the bomb down. They got a player already of armor, but no, just some deagles here. It's absolutely fine trying to get that bomb down. As we always say, inside is the preferred area to go, but there are options. They got to run a default that looks at things with these deagles and see what can be done. Might as well do that instead of rushing inside and training out 1 kill. We'll see what they can do now. The fact they have Desert Eagles. They Glocks only, maybe that'll just be an inside rush. Sunny takes a lot of damage there, 97 to be precise, with the MP9 spray and, of course, the follow-up nade. So that makes him pretty redundant in this round. As we see this one finish up, it will be the first kill coming in, and a second for Tarek. Cold Zera, great position, unless he gets pre-fired here. No chance of him going down. Gets that nice kill, and it's going to be a 5-on-2. Remember, they're buying up next round. So Cold Zera steals away that deagle, gets in a safer position. And Sunny with no HP, just hoping a mistake is made here. But 1 bullet in his general direction, he's going down, just like that. That's the bomb. And Chris J, USP, no armor, absolutely done for. But there's only 1 rifle map. So that's going to be the FAMAS, not even an M4 for Fur. Okay, I was about to say, they get to upgrade anything, they get the AWP straight away. So I was about to say, they probably have to maybe push inside with 3 people at this point, maybe go for a main entrance push, but with the AWP up there, they can treat him more like a gun round. It's going to be Fallen, of course, with the AWP. He has looked fantastic in the last couple of months, looking like his old self, and we're hoping that him to put on a bit of a show today. He's got his work cut out for him, Oscar and Chris J on Train, but for this round at least, Oscar has got the AWP as well.
These are your corrected odds for those of you willing to play on Betway.
Yes, we had it from the previous match at the beginning of the game.
We did.
Yes.
This is more accurate, so do not hold us accountable. We fixed it. Fallen is fixed, both Chris and Oscar. Surgical precision with the AWP. Sunny's got Tarek back, but there's a Molotov down toward main, and Sunny's going to be held out, at least for now. Maybe not forever. Probably not forever, only about 7 seconds, in fact, with the Molotov in place. Bomb back in his hands, and he'll work toward A main. Excuse me, I think he's gone upstairs, and he's going to take a shower in the bathrooms. Not going to revitalize any of that HP, 76 of which he's lost, but Rops will revitalize his confidence by taking down Stewie on the entry from upper, and just like that, they've got a chance to get the bomb inside.
This is exactly what Rops does best. That upper ramp is his playground. He now has 2 kills. He brings this right back in their favor. It was looking so good for MIBR, but this might even be worth the take because Fallen, unless he does quick work here, his teammate's so far removed. 3 kills in the round so far, and a 4th. That nade's going to connect. It does, but doesn't quite do enough. The Molotov, is that going to do a tick of damage? We will see. Sunny has to be light on his feet here. It's still a 2-on-2, but it looks like the round is done with Fallen with another chance to take Sunny down, but it's not going to happen. That's going to confirm things. His teammate nowhere to be seen. See, Cold Zera really didn't want to be part of this at all until there was a chance on Fallen. There still is a slight chance this could go wrong. Oh my goodness.
Wrong gun for that range, and look how much damage he still does. 66 math damage from an MP9 at that range. If Cold was a little quicker, and I think Fallen's probably going to be annoyed that he wasn't, they could have taken that round because he had all the aggro on him with the nades, the Molotovs, the AWP, and it was just too little too late.
A 5-on-3, but as Ro3 saves the day, I always point out his potential in this upper position, and I feel like Stewie should have been maybe a little bit more aware of it. It's such a calling card of his. Fallen, though, with 3 kills in a round, almost 4. Didn't quite happen, and there it is. It will be mousesports to pick it up. Ro3 looking calm after that successful push towards inside. We'll see flashbangs there to deny any sort of all presence towards lower, but they don't account for upper. It will be a lovely play from Coldzera. I believe he actually maybe extinguished the Molotov at the top. I'm not sure. I did hear one. But either way, he gets the opening pick. That sticker to go down. And this is a difficult round from MIBR as well. You can see a CZ's out. FAMAS as well. No kits, barely any utility. That's why Coldzera has to go for the aggressive peak at the start. But my God, does it work. So advantage to MIBR. We're looking at the terrorist setup. They've got 2 smokes remaining and a flash. 1 Molotov. Barely anything, really. Hoping for some sort of CT reaction, but it's rare to see that on train when you have the advantage. Just going to hold up. 3 players outside, 2 towards inner. Looking very comfortable right now as he hit the 1-minute mark.
Oscar, AWP. He's going to get inside of the position at the dumpster. Fallen is there on the other side. Just like Adele. Equally as hopeless in his lyricism as well, because he does not have an AWP, just to see Zed to try and battle at Ivy. And Oscar's going to take him down with 1 at range, but Chris already out behind on a Krieg. Gets the kill back. It's Tarek on an Og. Stewie, good play. Finds Chris, turns on a 2 angle. I won't give you a number. I have no idea. 120. Gets the kill either way. And it's going to be Oscar to try and pull this back 1-on-2. AWP in hand. Molotov already deployed toward Pop Dog. Only gives his position away rather than holds anyone off. Did he not see the shoulder peek? 7 seconds. I suppose he doesn't have time to deal with the shoulder. Oh, he does. He could have held that. He was on it at 4 seconds. He could have held that plant, but he gets off of it, and that's going to give up the round.
He was anticipating the player to be towards connector. Nice idea. Absolutely could have pulled that off if he was there. That's what he was hoping for. One of his real flashy plays. But you're right. If he just gets the bomb down there, that could have been enough to actually win out in the 1-versus-1. Hell of a risk from the CT not to challenge at all. Oscar, though, great effort. Wasn't quite enough to win the round, I'm afraid. MIBR will take it due to the clock. But looks like another 4 spy from mousesports coming through. Oscar, AWP, around the Deagles. CZ's P250s. Oscar's going to have to pull something remarkable out the back here. He goes towards upper, hoping Coldzera will make the same challenge he did before. Not going to be the case, though. Flashed up, fires off the shop, gives away his position. Stewie can at least relay that information to his teammates. And an inside play looks likely. Maybe just smoke down low around, flash over, get some players down there. They know Stewie normally plays his position by himself. Back up from Furber. Can he find the opening kills? Oscar certainly can, but Stewie once again finding a couple. It's still a 3-on-3, so a chance for the bomb to be planted as Tarek goes for the flank.
Tarek certainly will, but might subside on his aggression for a momentary pause in judgment. Needs to figure out where Oscar and Sunny are without giving himself up too easily. He'll start to get around to the upper plank in the brown halls. Cold. Sliding along upper side of the site. Great shot, Sunny. Didn't even see him as he crouched back. Up and down, Oscar. Up close. You would have thought he had a chance. That's the flashy play that he likes. Defuse. It's all on Sunny, and you're right. Get on the defuse. They're not. That's going to give the Deagle yet another kill. Gives the Deagle a chance in this Fallen. He's not going to play the bomb either. He has a kit. He's not get on this.
He had that. He defused it.
Absolutely had that. I would have thought with Sunny that far away. I guess he thought Sunny was going to take the least lane of resistance, the straight path, which would have put him there on time. But that's another one that kind of slips away from MIBR.
Because even if he gets that kill straight away, he arguably didn't have time to go for the full defuse after that. I felt like defuse at that point was the only option. Didn't go for it, falls apart, and it will be, at that point, 3-2. mousesports pulling one back on the 4 spy. That's 4 pistols and an AWP. Stewie even with the opening kills as well. Thought it was enough, but not quite. That was a great shot from Sunny. His Deagle is always going to be dangerous. And
yeah, right here. If he's on the defuse right there,
yep,
it's done. And at that far away, I would have thought he just takes the chance on it. He has the kit, unless our graphics somehow updated inaccurately, but he had a kit on our screen.
Yep, he did. But there we go. A chance for Fallen for that full defuse and maybe misread the situation, maybe got a bad call. Maybe he was just told, he's at the back instead of, you should defuse right now.
Yeah, true. And then mentality changes because it's a split-second decision. I mean, there's lots of things that could have happened, but I guess it's water under the bridge. Or as Trace would say, just quote a Canadian show. because he secretly wants to be Canadian, and he'd say water under the fridge.
It's a good line. Well, it will be MIBR back in the force by themselves. Scouts, pistols, single M4. Luckily, it's an of Stu. He's the anchor inside and been finding the majority of the frags so far, so that makes sense. Can he win out here, though? Both teams will be broken if they give this round up. Smoke down for Fallen. As you can see, the T's crouching as they go by that wooden board. Lots of spam potential there. Maybe not so much in this round with the buy they have, but still, always good to keep that as a habit. Inside execution with 5 players, looking incredibly likely, but that's where the rifle is, remember. Still could be dangerous. All down to Stewie.
Incendiary to the ramp. Flash as well. It's not bad. Knows they're going to be standing at the top of the ramp because they can't come down due to the flames, and then flashes himself in to find both Chris and Sonny.
Yeah, that's all he could do. Well above what he was worth there. Stewie does a great job. And Robs, what a shot that is. Takes Tarek down, brings it back to the 3-on-3, and a huge advantage now, the bomb being planted. Oh my goodness, no one's watching the lower ramp. So Fallen steals a kill away. It's all down to Robs once again. It's getting awkward now as he drops down. Now all on Oscar. He'll be there with the AK-47 on site. He is proficient with this rifle as well. But find not even the first. It's all about Stewie 2K there. Great read. He knew he had to hold on to his utility. The very final moments there. Incendiary buys him, 3-4 seconds to get close to that lower ramp. Flashbang in, double spray down, bit of damage to the third as well. Allows some rotation to come through, slows them right down. And you can see he's really happy with that. He knows he's done a good job. The only rifle on the map that delivers this fantastic play. There's a little bit of damage there and Fallen with a nice quick flank to take down Sticko as well.
Well, that's stealing one back after potentially the blunder, as Chad would say.
Indeed.
Of not defusing in the previous round.
Well, this is likely to be an eco. Just a P250, 2 of them now. No armor, no nades. 5-2, pretty much guaranteed. How can they possibly plan here? We'll find out. Go for an outer splits. Main entrance and Ivy. Bomb is towards the latter. Also, 2 CTs waiting. If they get any further in this position, I'll be surprised. Incredibly tight choke point, you got no flash. You just have to hope it's awkward timings for Coldzera.
We'll see if it is or not. Just a note in our other game, lower brackets final elimination, Group B. Na'Vi versus Ghost. What a year for Canadian Counter-Strike between NRG, Liquid, and now Ghost making an impact. They're up 1-0 over Na'Vi. That's for elimination. Cold eliminating 3 players. Sticko, Robson, Oscar, all at Ivy, and first slides out to find Chris J as well, 5-2.
No players given away. Great stuff. MIBR on their feet now. Money secure. Round in the bag. And mousesports, they have enough of the AWP. Oscar with 7 kills so far. He has been one of the key players. Is Coldzera, like you said. Unlikely he even goes down to this spot. Mows him down with the AK. Gets all 3. Bomb down. Job done. And we'll see round 8 come through. No AWP on the CT side. Good change, though. If they win this round, they'll definitely take it from Oscar's corpse. Fallen still on the FAMAS as they go towards inner once again, by the looks of things. Nothing towards Ivy or main entrance. Sunny's about to change that, but a bit more of aggression from Stewie. Looking for that 1 kill. It is a common angle. Everyone knows what this smoke means. Tarek, though, sniffing out towards main entrance will suggest that no one's going to be heading that side of the map. And Stewie, if he gets 1 hit, if he survives, I'll be incredibly surprised. And there it is. 1 kill, but taken down. That's their cue to go. They know he's the inside anchor, but Thursday this time looking for multiple kills. Can he get the 3rd? Almost. Oscar with the AWP makes things incredibly awkward for him. And it will be third to get the 3K, secure the round, and just Sunny, who was trying to show a bit of outside presence. Go for a backstab potentially. If he has all his teammates die, though, that really does fall apart quite quickly.
Just to note for MIBR, as SK Gaming, in 2017, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins at Premier level events. A 2nd place as well at DreamHack Masters Las Vegas. That was at the start of the year. Since ESL Pro League Season 6 Finals, in which they went against FaZe Clan in a best-of-5 and won 3-1, they've swapped over to MIBR, and they've not won a Premier level event in 2018. That would be the first time the Brazilians don't in CSGO since their arrival on the scene in 2015 at the X Games.
Yeah, they won a single Zotac championship, I think, when Yanko just joined. So yes, there wasn't a Premier League tournament, but I thought that would be a nice foundation for them to build upon. But they got 3rd of the major. That's about as exciting as it got, really. As we'll see Cold Zero close things out. Fantastic work from Fnatic.
And I mean, this has been, if you want to talk about eras, Fnatic now obviously Astralis, you go back to NIP. There was a brief time when Luminosity, then the SK guys, they won back-to-back majors.
Yes.
They were the most consistent team of everyone else in those periods, even when Fnatic was dominating. Now when Astralis was dominating, they've fallen. This is the furthest off from the been. They've fallen off completely, and obviously changing away from a 5-man Brazilian lineup this year hasn't yielded any results. So it's kind of shocking, really. I mean, this for them is do or die. To go all of 2018 without winning a premier level event is pretty insane.
They're still considered a dangerous team, though. No one takes them lightly. Everyone knows they have the potential to be world-class. It's just we don't see it too often. They're all coming together, and they're looking like they're a full package. They've definitely got the star power in there. Every player on this team is a major winner at some point. But still, doesn't seem to be clicking fully. We knew there was a language barrier when they first started the project. To be fair, it's still the first year of that, but either way, into the next round, and it's a full eco. So nothing too exciting to report, I'm afraid. Just a Deagle, a PD50, no armor, and no real chance of doing anything. Just gonna have to head towards inside, smoke lower ramp, flash over. If they get the plant down, that is a victory in its own right.
Well, that might be made all the more difficult by the fact that Stewie is ready with an incendiary. Mousesports are not slouches on train. So this is a good start for MIBR. That nade's perfect. Bounce back and did extra damage. It would have done perhaps more to everyone if it went up the ramp, but nails the first player and then allows Fur to easily collect. And likewise for Stewie 2K, we go 7-2. As this map indeed was picked by Mousesports.
Well, it might be off the back of that real successful game against Na'Vi, but if you remember, Matt, the comments I was making at least saying that this is just not the Na'Vi we're used to.
No, that was way off.
That might have given them a bit too much confidence on this map, although the stats speak for themselves. I think him said they won 9 out of 10 recently on train. So it's a map that's very good for them, but I don't think they were really tested yesterday with the poor showing Na'Vi presented. But here we go, another gun round with the Orcs around.
And proof to that, Na'Vi were not dissuaded away from the map by that loss. They're actually playing it right now against Ghosts, so they're still comfortable bringing it. It says that was a bit of an anomaly. Tarek takes out Rob's good start. That's through the floor at Pop Dog. Further damage. Chris, I think, took a dink there, but it was through the edge of the wall, so it didn't do a ton of damage. Nonetheless, he's going to push Sandwich with smoke dissipating. Fallen's not ready for him to be that close.
Wow.
This is absolutely owning them. No chance he was going to spot Cold re-emerging from the Ivy position, back exposed, knowing well there was still one, or at least was one, toward Pop Dog. His teammates sorted that for him, and then they'll close out the rest of the round as well.
Well, that's the Chris J show for you. What a year he's had in terms of individual performance, in-game leader. Another one that's doing great work and kind of dispelling the myth that it's going to hold you back. His has been one of his best years ever in his career. So take that and get rid of it, I think. No one can really say the in-game leaders are going to be contributing less in terms of the kills. Double orb set up for the first time for MIBR. Stewie and Fallen, it's now the classic. I don't think Cold Zero is doing it as much.
There are some teams that require leadership to the point where they can sacrifice perhaps a fragger, but if you can find someone who does them both, you've got the right package.
Exactly. I guess the perfect example of that would be right now is like maybe FaZe having to get Nico in just out of necessity. They feel like their current or previous arrangement wasn't really working out for them. Nico's been an in-game leader before.
I would say that's almost the opposite, I suppose, of like Adapts, right?
Sure.
So you would say his tactical mind, or God B, although he still puts up numbers from time to time. Not to say Daps doesn't either, but those are two that like they're never going to be the all-star on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. But first kill comes in. Like we said, that double orb setup looking deadly right now with Fallen opening things up, and he wants a bit more as he again approaches towards main entrance. Not really sure what's going to do with this. They're just currently holding in the default with Sunny alone towards Ivy. Rob's above Pop Dog, hoping for a mistake to be made, but why would you challenge us now if you're a CT? Just hold up, you got that advantage, you don't want to risk giving that up, and Stewie will be alone inside. He is the anchor for this team. You'll see him playing Inferno, alone on the B site very often. Trying to play in front of the utility. And Rob's, remember, he always goes out that upper ramp area. Never goes lower, always upper. And even if you know he's coming, still difficult to contain.
Smoke angle again in his favor to allow him to walk out. Speaking of walk, it's not. It's a drop from Oscar, and he'll drop straight into the ground, as Stewie was certainly ready on the AWP. He looks back down the tank line. Ooh, timing on that flash. He got the shot off, missed. Lucky not to be found afterward as he was standing blind. Gonna go aggressive and sneak around Rops at this point in time, who stays very aggressive and focuses instead on Z. Should be aware of Stewie. Surely Rops should have made that call. He was over toward the tank. He slides up, catches the bout. Sticko, good awareness. Realizes the flank was a possibility. And then, not only that, turns around to find Fallen. Stewie's going to have to get out. Try to. Still time enough. Not a kid, but time enough if he could find a pick immediately. And tries to do that, but Sticko's got other ideas. 4 kills for him in the round, and 2 of them very impressive in the mid-round after the bomb was planted to put cover off both ramp and the re-entrance. So, another round for mousesports to go 7-4.
What a comeback that is from mousesports. They lost the opening pick. Fallen found that, 5-4. They go towards inside. Stewie even gets 2 kills, and still it's not quite enough. Sticko, fantastic work there inside, hitting the shots that were absolutely required. This was the opener from Fallen, but at that point, here we go, Stewie. So that's a 5-on-3, but still it goes wrong. It's Sticko working with his teammate Rops there, just hitting absolutely every. I don't even know how he hits that shot, but Stewie will be disappointed. Not in himself, just the fact the team couldn't really convert that one. And they'll force buy technically with Tarek on the CZ and then barely having any utility. They'll get rifles out, but without the defuse kit, this will be a very difficult round. Oscar needs to be careful here. Coldzera playing by the server. You can see that it's been very tentative right now. It's been a slow game from mousesports. 4 rounds on the board for them, but in terms of the approach, it's been lots of defaults, lots of executions, and Fallen knows he needs to open something up here, considering they have 1 player on a pistol. Here we go.
Coldzera, 1 only. Trying to push out from Ivy. Chris is able to get the immediate trade, but even that comes at a cost. Elsewhere on the map as Sunny gets found by Fallen. Stewie does at least take down Rops, but it's by taking territory Rops would have taken himself if not for doing so. Gets up toward the corner, and even then is only a trade as Rops found an aggressor toward the bottom of the ramp. Tarek pushing through, but does he know, or does he have the awareness? Sticko's actually inside of the site behind them. Bomb's down. There's no real need for him to rotate back. And Sticko's going to try and capture all from inside. Oh, he's not seen it. Bomb train spotted. Now they know, and they're ready. Does realize Stewie's rotating over. Still a chance, but a slim one at this point as they'll back out A-main together instead of crossfire on the bomb. Smart read, smart rotation from MIBR. Not take the fight, take the objective instead. If Sticko wasn't spotted, there was a real chance. Oh, look at that timing, too. They double peek him when he gets close and everything.
Another round on the board for MIBR. After giving 2 away, that one was pretty comfortable with 2 players surviving the end. The Fallen AWP looks to be firing on all cylinders today, absolutely so. 10 kills to his name, and actually 4 players on the squad with double digits so far. The very tippity top will be Stewie with 13. He's doing great work towards that inside bomb site. Reliable anchor, always good for a couple of frags. And that's money thrown in the bin as well. Mousesports about $3,000 per player on average. Might just have to take the eco here. Either way, they'll take a tactical timeout. Fur purchases up with the UMP. Their money's not ideal, but against a full eco, that weapon is absolutely perfect. He can sit in the pop dog room, farm some cash, stay alive, and we'll be into round number 13 in a very short moment. I can only see a PT50 purchase so far on the mousesports side. A couple of flashes, so maybe that inside approach once again is Tarek with the CZ making it work. Well, that's all he had in the previous round. That's why Fallen was aggressive for the first pick. This was a 2 versus 1 Sticko with no bomb. Couldn't really do much of it. So a couple of P250s, a couple of flashes. Do they focus on Stewie being alone again? Doesn't look like it. They'll head towards outside and try and flash their way out of main entrance. Couple of flashes deployed. They have to wait for that incendiary though. So even if that flash was perfect, it won't do much for them. As Tarek maybe on for the huge spray down here. That actually goes down eventually, but wants to get another kill with that UMP. He knows he's low, but those kills are very valuable to him. He's got the SMG in his hand. And will he find the final frag? Not quite, but a couple of kills from mousesports.
Wow, look at how much Fur did. He holds them at the entry point, takes the distraction, weakens them up, Cold swings out again, and then it's just pretty straightforward. 9-4. Fast game, it seems, on Train. Already at the halfway mark. We would have been about 4 rounds in on our previous series.
Which is funny because my observation was that mousesports are just running defaults, right? But you are correct. It feels like a quick half. They haven't been rushing or anything. It's been defaults and then kind of quite decisive decision-making when they get through towards the mid-stages. They're just going, right, we're going for the outside play. We're going towards inside and try and challenge Stewie. Tarek this time in towards the pop dog room. And Oscar boosted up on the pallets here. Looking above, he knows Fallen likes to play on top of those trains outside.
Tarek that took, I thought he did damage. I saw red, but it was Tarek took damage.
That nade was pretty good.
Yeah, all things considered.
With the M4s, though, that's so valuable now. Christian and Oscar in one-tap potential. So is Fallen, apparently.
Fallen is to an AWP, sure. Oscar puts him down. Tarek doesn't want to climb the ladder. Thought he might get aggressive to try and pull something back for the CT side, because they need to do that. Bomb still waits at the bottom of the stairs. You can see it on the right. Sunny will go back out toward Ivy. So now we're getting a little bit slower. 50 seconds this time with the opening pick. mousesports can afford to slow the pace. Fur waits behind the E-box. Smoke out at Ivy. Tarek's now aware of the situation that he's going to have to consider Hitch at some point in time. And as he swings back, is he aware that he has to consider Sandwich? Chris isn't. Chris isn't at all. And that gives Sticko up because his foot shows before his body. And the pre-fire to the headshot works. Bomb dropped. Oscar trying to do what he can, but no angles to play with.
Oh, Tarek.
Maybe not any friends either. Rob's gone.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Tarek, really impressive play there. Disciplined as well. You saw most players, you get those 2 kills, you start getting that killer instinct, right? That bloodlust. But he was aware of the prospect of Oscar holding with the AWP, trying to get the trade out, just buying time, running that clock down, staying alive more importantly, and patrolling the bomb he's already got. So that's really, really well done from Tarek. And he's had a rough few tournaments. Definitely not showing his best recently, but the team have been working with him, trying to make him feel more comfortable. And you can see it's working. He's been focusing mainly on the AUG this tournament so far. But that's with the M4A4. Absolutely stellar work. And we get into round number 15. It's going to be Deagles, a Galil, but more importantly, an Oscar Orb. Now that has slowed down a little bit here, but he still has 10 frags to his name. If they can get the 5th round, that'd be ideal. If they don't, 11-4 on MIBR's pick might be a little bit too much to handle. Incendiary down, and Chris J as well. It will be another fantastic start for the Brazilians. We'll see if they can finish this one off. That grenade doesn't look like it'll do a boatload of damage. Just a little bit towards Oscar. And I love this setup. Like, when you can get Fur, he's actually going to push. When you can hold him watching the lower ramp and you're watching upper, it's pretty cool. But Sunny, caught outside by himself. It's one of those desperate plays. You're just like, Sunny, if you can sneak through and get an opening pick, we'll be ready to pounce inside as soon as you do. But Sticko alone with the bomb, he really can't even justify challenging because he has the bomb. And if he goes down, that's round over. He's just hoping he can maybe steal away a rifle if a CT pushes. But again, why would you push in a 5-on-3? You do not need information at this point.
Cold will cover Tarek's backside when they do try to walk in main. Stewie just kind of hanging out at this point, waiting for anyone to go. Rop's the rare time that he plays the ramp. Due to the fact that Oscar has the AWP, he'll be likely the one to go upper and try and find a pick inside of the site. 34 seconds. They've got to go soon, though. And if Oscar does want to go out to that corner, you've got Fur encroaching on their position with the M4, spotted by Oscar. He gets lucky not to go down, to be frank.
Yeah, well, if he knows Oscar's there with the AWP, you can guarantee the rest of them are as well. They'll go through the smoke. Nothing can be done. Decent shot by Oscar, but that's all it's going to be. 11-4, incredibly successful half there. mousesports, it was quite interesting at the start. There was some back and forth. It was 4-2, I believe, to kick things off for MIBR. But at that point, it felt like they started running away with it. They're looking incredibly good on their CT side. Remember, this is the mousesports pick. It's Inferno next, which is the common go-to for MIBR these days. We've never really been huge fans of their Inferno play, but they're more than happy to play it in every series. Against the second half, here are the highlights. Cold Zero doing absolute brilliant work with the AK. Oscar just starting to warm up. It's good to see Fallen challenging him as well. It's always an excellent battle to watch on a map like Train. But I have to say, Tarek for me as well, really nice defensive play. Managing to make huge moves and still not risking the round. That's what you want star players to do. Just get stuck in, do what they have to do, fall back when required. That's Yanko's discipline coming in, I would think. As I mentioned, I'd assume other star players might be tempted to keep going when they get two brilliant headshots. Say, let's find another one. But it's all about winning the round, the bigger picture.
Absolutely. Fallen. Didn't look too amused. Making some faces, stretching out his lips so he can shout the surgeon commands. 11-4 on mousesports map. Not a bad position to be in at all at this point.
Yeah, if MIBR pick up this pistol, dare say it could be over.
It's Inferno next. MIBR picked it, so that suggests to me they're starting to feel more and more comfortable on that map because we know they've had so many problems on their B side. Defensively, Cold with a smoke, getting ready to deploy that toward the outer yard. Tarek and Fur already downstairs. Oscar, headshot position. Ooh, you would have thought. It's a little low, I think, but still timing off. Clips Fur in the shoulder, and he's going to run in and try and plant the bomb. Sonny just barely gets him. I thought he was going to fire wide. He was a slightly off position. Bomb, look how far forward it's gone.
Yeah, that's
really
a
huge problem, and I think, yeah, it's definitely been seen by Sonny. He'll now just hold the angle. Tarek runs underneath, and he's got the shot, but Tarek wins out the duel. Looks for more, but the flank already coming around from the inside sight. They can pinch in against Ro3, and that's actually perfect. They didn't hit bullets, but he pulled him away, Tarek, and that allowed Stewie to get the kill. Thankfully, Chris is quick to act, however, and that's still going to leave the bomb on the deck. With 50 seconds left, they've got to find a kill on Chris. That's been achieved, and Stewie can actually grab that and run it to the inside side if he really wanted, but turns out they'll get the kill, and he was still committing to planting outside.
Well, there we go. A scrappy round, but excellent work. Like you pointed out, towards that connector. Again, Tarek showing discipline, just waiting for his teammate to commit to that kill, and he'll stay alive. That's great to see. Again, he could have just been tempted to keep challenging and get the kill himself, but he knew it was guaranteed with Stewie coming around the corner. That was really, really well done. Nice little flank from Mr. 2K. Sonny, fantastic work to actually get that denial of the bomb. Like we said, it flung forward as well, and should have been difficult for them to recover, but they were quick on their feet. So this is the full eco. Nades towards main entrance, nice idea. Cold Zero taking some damage, but he still gets the opening kill. Taken down in the end, so the grenades actually worth their weight in gold there. They're going to try and run away with the AK. Fallen, no. Doesn't seem to matter either way. He will get that frag. Ro3 alone, just USP. Nice shot. And a couple of kills to his name, so $600 in the bag, but they're going to buy now. But it could be too late. 13-4. This round decides everything. And it won't be a nice, healthy full buy. No. Maybe rifles and smoke and flashbangs, probably no incendiaries. Maybe no kits. Sticko yet to buy. He's only got $3,000. He goes for the AUG on top of his Kevlar.
Ro3 with the nade. Fallen with all of the kills, finding out exactly where Ro3 had gone inside of the smoke as well. So 13 already achieved for MIBR. I do state again that this is mousesports' map being on train, but I don't think Inferno is necessarily a guarantee for MIBR in any way, just based on their history on it. Chris J trying to fire back inside of the smoke with the AUG. I'm gonna switch to it. The AUG and the Krieg.
I've got to play in a tournament in January. Maybe I will. It'll be my secret weapon. Never try it. Turn up at the tournament. Hope for the best. I don't think it's for me.
Rip some heads.
I think I'll try and keep it very basic. I'll be this poor player. I'll throw the flashes, even though probably don't know those anymore. We'll do what we can.
I'm gonna bring Team Canada to the event.
Please do.
It's gonna be Daps.
Oh, okay. What are those sort of teams?
Yeah, Twist.
Steel?
No.
No one Steel?
No.
Okay.
I'll take Wardell and Sabrosa, and obviously now.
Obviously.
Tarek takes down Sonny. He got Stewie ahead of time, though. Things looking okay for trades. Trades favoring MIBR, and more so because they've got some ground to work with in the outer site. The one thing that changes all of that is Sticko sneaking up behind, and he's done so in such a timely fashion that they're still going to be sitting vulnerable when he does arrive. He went and took it straight to Ivy, expecting a fight, not getting one. He's going to take away map control. Ro3 on Fur. Cold now aware of it, though, does turn around, but Sticko still wins it out with the AUG, and it is all down to Tarek on 15 HP. He better hope that bomb works like a bug zapper at this point, and they go straight to it because it's his only chance.
He's done a great job to even get in this spot. This isn't over. Just because he's low HP, this is a very difficult bomb to defuse, and he's absolutely silent, but Ro3 protects efficiently. There we go, round on the board. Just what they needed. Lost that. It could have been an absolute disaster there, but MIBR will have a ton of cash, and the reset is still on, absolutely so. Ro3 saved the AK, gets 2 frags, and Sticko with a nice flank there. You did notice as well, Cold Zero is waiting for him, but still somehow lost the duel. Sticko comes out on top of the AUG, and we get into the next round. There's not the greatest amount of cash here, but I'd say there's enough for a buy on the T side. Don't have to with this sort of lead. They don't necessarily have to force it, but it'd be a nice chance to close the game out. If they did win it, it'd be absolute reset.
It's a smart read from Cold as well, just based on 2 things. One, he gets pop dog, there's no one there. So either the inside players pushed it, Or they didn't get a kill at Ivy, and they didn't. So they just called, okay, where'd the Ivy guy go? Yeah. Clearly he's not rotated to old bombs, so just watch the flank. He could have pushed all the way.
The Eagles, they do go for the more conservative approach. Now, that is definitely Yanko's influence coming in. I have cast a lot of SK games back in the day. They love a force buy. That's a kill through the wooden boards.
Yep, by Sunny. Sprayed in. He tried to go for another one as well. I really wish he could boost there and use those windows to pick the yard.
Oh, I see what you mean on the T side.
Yeah, I really wish he could. I think the AC thing's in the way is why no one's tried. But yes, that is a kill from Sunny. Oscar's going to get them on the transition toward B as well. Rops to close out the final kill. Don't often see the wall bang, but Sunny committed to it that time.
Yeah, that was prevalent in 1.6, and they completely removed that in Source, brought it back for CSGO. It's a nice little spam. We do see a couple of kills a tournament with it. So a nice little play from Sunny. They really do have to be an eco for it to work. Like, if you get that spam, you can maybe do like 40 damage.
Yeah.
If they have armor. But if they don't, you got to get some kills. Coldzera goes down, goes to the second. He considers beautifully painted for you. Gets the headshot, so even with no armor, it doesn't instantly kill him or anything. Took him down to about half, then finished it off the body. It's always a fun kill to get, though.
It's lovely. It's very rewarding in any game to get a kill on like a preset spray like that through a wall. Doesn't matter what FPS you're playing, there's just something so satisfying. Not so satisfying about that Molotov.
No, that wasn't ideal.
Fireworks, actually. It was just there for your entertainment.
Remember, this is another similar situation before. Winner of this best of 3 goes to the semi-finals. Loser, still in the quarters. So, not a huge amount of danger of going out of the tournament or anything like that. It's all fine, but you'd obviously want to be in the semi-final and take a bit of pressure and a game away. Stewie coming in with the AWP. It's actually Fallen opens things up. That's going to be Chris J removed from the equation. And now with plenty of time available, they can just fall back and work out what the next point of approach is. Wait for the CT reaction to come through. Will that be Robs alone inside? Not for now, at least. As Oscar holds in that connector. Furs actually going to be challenged by Sunny. Now, is he aware of this? Looks to be the case.
Sunny does get Fur. Stewie takes out Sunny, though. Just like that with the AWP. So still the man advantage to MIBR. I think I've worked it out, by the way, Henry.
Go on.
The scores on the doors is actually like when Gandalf left a score on the Hobbit's
door.
door.
You have worked it out.
That's what it means.
We didn't want to tell you, but that's exactly what it was.
I knew it. It's scoring the door. Sticko takes Tarek. We're back to a 3-on-3. Bomb, however, has advanced far enough to be planted in the hands of Fallen, and he still has his old faithful mate in Cold to cover off backtracks. So really, they just need to keep him alive to cover Z Connector. Old Bomb could be a possibility. They haven't gone far enough to confront Cold, so if they sneak in, I think that's why Fallen's watching toward the hitch. Oh, I take it back. He's actually watching directly in front. He needs to watch sort of all 3 angles at this point because they're positioning. Stewie's watching a flank. Really relies on him to get the information. First pick goes against them, but the second one does not. Stewie's now aware he's already cleared out A main. He can turn the AWP directly inward, and he's done that very well. To find Rops, and Cold, well aware that he had bomb position for him, gets another kill to make it 14-6.
MIBR looking clinical here on Train. mousesports seem like they're out of their depth. This is their pick, and they can play Inferno, but MIBR, I'd have to give them the upper hand considering this performance so far. mousesports is not the same team they were yesterday. It was all about the riflers yesterday. It was all Rops and Sunny. Even Sticko was posting big numbers against Na'Vi. We didn't have to see too much of Christian, Oscar, and Train, which was very surprising, all things considered. It's a very AWP-centric affair on Train, and double AWPs of mousesports considered one of the deadliest in the game. You'd think that would be what carries the momentum, and it's coming out now. Chris J, Oscar, last chance for them. Can't give this round up. Is it the double AWPs to save them? Chris will be positioned towards Ivy as usual. Not going to commit to the tighter angle and see if he can challenge Fallen in a 1 versus 1. It's actually just Tarek on the other side. He's got a UMP. Money not great on the T side. So they can win this round, mousesports. There's definitely a chance to bring it back. A map like Train, which is heavily CT-sided, you would say there's absolutely a chance. And Oscar, oh, a narrow miss. Smoke goes down, he'll have to reposition.
You go for Sunny on the Train to try and lure them in. He's got support from Chris. He gets closer. Oscar and Chris doing all the work with the AWPs. It's perfect. Rops still inside of the smoke. Can time this to perfection against Fur. Who knows there's someone to control. Manages to get the spray controlled and find the head of Chris J. Tarek's going to get gifted one as Oscar walks around the corner and Sometimes size does matter because that gun a little bit too long. For once Small pays off, he wouldn't have revealed his position too soon, but Sunny's turned this around again with a deagle. It's all down to Tarek. Good shot onto Rop's bomb, still on the ground. Spots it, oh my, he nearly got it quickly, but he's given up 2 shots, still somehow alive as he closes the gap to Sunny. And closing the gap, he's lost HP and that deagle becomes more menacing as he has the scope already in, but lost track of where he'd gone. Sunny wins it out.
3 kills for Sunny there. Pretty insane considering he was the player with the Desert Eagle. And as I mentioned, MIBR, they lost that round. Their money is done for. That's exactly what mousesports needed. It started off so well as they managed to get 2 orb kills at the start. You feel like, okay, this is it now. They're stepping up, and it was Fur that really started to apply the pressure outside. Nice movement, took down the close-range players. I mean, saw coldzera with a free frag towards Ivy. But speaking of free frags, that's one. Low HP on coldzera and wins out in the difficult, awkward 1 versus 1 against Tarek. He knew that was a game over. He wins that round. That's why he's frustrated. He didn't have the upper hand there at all, but he knew he was capable of doing it. Pistols, and this time trying to avoid the spam, and they've done that this time.
Heads down, lads.
So this is more of a classic play. I do not see the bomb, though. That is actually going to be on Fur. He's waiting outside.
So this is trying to bait them all over to one side, and then you sneak in for a plan.
Doesn't work if everyone goes down like that.
No, certainly not. Clean sweep from mousesports. That usually works if you have a read that teams are over-rotating. It's not really a Hail Mary that works often.
You need at least 1 trade there. And like, if they can get close to the side, sure it works. But Glock's no armor. It's a gambit, doesn't work out. And we'll take a tactical timeout. Bianca wants to get involved here. As they take a sip of water, calm themselves down. This is the replay of the spam coming through and the boys having to look at the floor. It's not ideal. But they didn't take any damage at least. That's a small victory. It's Rob's though, gutting them as they come through. No problem at all, no danger of that bomb being planted. I think it's another eco. And indeed it is. Deagle, PD50 purchase, that's about it. 1 smoke and a flash for coldzera. They're just discussing their options right now. This is not a round they can win necessarily. It's more about, let's buy a few smokes, some flashes, and if we do get the bomb down, preferably inside, we've got a Molotov post-plant situation. 21 kills of Stewie, just a great map for him so far. Coming to the closing stages here now. Give me the dramatic music. Single orb setup again. Money, not great there. For Mass, for Rops. Orb for Oscar, of course. 2 for Masses, in fact. Sticker's got 1 as well, so there's actually quite a chance here for MIBR to find round number 50 with just pistols. All it takes is 1 missed shot from a CT, an opening found, that bomb planted, and then it can all fall apart very quickly if the terrorists can get close enough towards connector. That's if they go inside. The current setup I see right now with the smokes and that 1 Molotov suggests they will go for that play, but they want to bait out some utility first. They don't want to just do it off the bat. They want to get rid of all the smokes. They possibly can just to avoid that Molotov being extinguished, perhaps. This is a wild speculation, by the way. They could be doing something completely different. That's just what I assume will happen. 1 smoke outside. They'll still commit towards inner. So just trying to show a little bit of presence outer. They've got a smoke still for lower ramping with coldzera showing his outside. Can we get the bomb, Tarek?
Yeah, please.
Come here.
Please, I've got something for you.
Good boy. Come on.
It's Christmas time. I got you a gift. Don't shake it violently. It might
Whatever
blow
you
up.
do not drop it.
It's very fragile. And if you type a specific number into it, which is why it's a toy, because you have to guess the number, it'll do a cool trick.
Cool trick. Well, they go outside with the bombs, so no inside antics here, but just a chance to plant. Chris J and Sunny denied the plant before.
I'm surprised he's not firing into that. And he's also expecting him to jump up.
There's a chance here.
Massive chance. Rops as well. Burning manages to get Stewie, but he's down to 15. That leaves him extremely vulnerable. Sunny thankfully emerges from smoke, gets cold, gets Fur. Fur sometimes keeps you warm in the cold. And Sunny will take down Tarek. It's all 5 gone, and they'll get the defuse.
All 5 gone. That was a 5-on-5 post-plant situation. Incredibly efficient there from mousesports. As we get a little bit deeper now, 14-9, knocking on the door double digits. Still those FAMASs, though, it can be a little bit frustrating at times when you're winning consecutive rounds. You've got 3 in a row, your money's building up. You still got a FAMAS. They throw one away. So deciding to spend a little bit more cash there. So a FAMAS will be left in CT spawn. I was about to say, like, it can be frustrating. They've just bit the bullet and gone, you know what? Leave the FAMAS, bring out another rifle. We want to win rounds. So the money's not a huge factor. If we lose another round, we're still at map point. So we're going to be focusing more on the kills than anything. So that's a small nuance, but an important one, I would say. We'll get into it. Falling back on the AWP, 2 ecos there from MIBR. Bomb planted the previous, the run boost comes in. And Oscar challenging low ramp, but good flash comes in to push him back.
Yeah, he'll go back inside of the site. Chris still holding out toward Ivy. Has to be careful. Sticker spotted. Fallen. They ran boost him. He got the position. He's got the position again for Chris, but a smoke down. There's no need to overcommit with an AWP. Just to note, first map already in favor of Ghost. It's 10-9 for Na'Vi right now, which is close, and you consider how slow they were to start against Order in this tournament and how much they got absolutely demolished, or how badly they got demolished by mousesports. Na'Vi is not looking great at all at this event. 2 teams that are not really in their class. We're talking about the 3rd best team in the world, in some cases the 2nd, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Going against teams outside of the top 30 currently, and struggling to put up numbers. It's fine to lose games every now and then, not when you're losing them to teams of that caliber.
It's not ideal, is it?
Certainly not. I hear jubilant cheers from the Ghost guys across the room at this moment as well, so that game's definitely going to be close. This one getting closer, 14 rounds. There's no overtime secured as of yet for MIBR, which means all the more chance for a return. That actually hit. Fur got tagged and put down to 28. Sunny, he's still slipping in. Knows, okay, there's one at least toward E-Box. Bomb will be planted. That's an easy denial, and that's the round. 7 seconds. They were too slow to get there, and Sunny was perfectly placed. They try and run forward to recover the ball, but that's not going to happen, and Oscar confirms that doubly so by taking the man who grabbed it down.
That's so frustrating for them. They do everything perfectly up until that point. The fact they get outside, they find that nice pick. It seemed like everything's open, but Sunny, once again, pounces at the right moment. 8 seconds on the clock when he denied the bomb. Absolutely no chance of them planting it. And frustration continues here from MIBR as their woes continue. They're a 4th stage loss bonus now. mousesports definitely back into it, but we did say that. Even at, what, 14-6 or whatever it was, you're just like, well, as long as they win this particular round, on the CD side of train, they can pull it right back. MIBR won't be too worried yet, but the scoreline is getting closer and closer these rounds. Just getting separated by the absolute tiny details. The fact that Sunny can deny the bomb with a low amount of time there, and it looked like MIBR had the advantage, says it all. So they still save the AWP and the AK. They'll buy what they can. Yanko's deliberating over the next round and what they can do. Tarek will stay on the CZ. Could have afforded Galil, but once the utility instead, that's the one kill that decided everything. As you saw, 6 seconds remaining. That's an Oscar. Good pounce as well. And finally, an ultimate frag. There we go. As soon as they get to number 15, my opinion is over because the money's so low.
Yeah.
But Oscar still has 7K to be fair.
It's haunting them though, isn't it? They oh my. They couldn't get there. Chris just sneaks up from sandwich, finds 2 boosted, a 3rd in the form of Cold Zera. This is getting a little hairy, I have to say. mousesports map choice, they're showing that the CT side certainly is proficient. Locking them off this 15 as well is going to be an issue. Rops takes down Stewie. You said the money's low. This changes everything if all 5 stay alive here, because Oscar's got $7,000 to make that 10K post round. And that's going to give them a round in hand. So it's not necessarily done. Not only that, they now, if with a round in hand, give up 15, they can still reset and get to overtime.
So there's that pallet stack we saw from mousesports in the first half. Chris J, very aware of those tricks, gets 3 with the AUG. Great individual performance from him. Here we go then, round 26. Just CZs, a P250. This one's slipping away from MIBR. It was a very comfortable game. Now after giving up 5 rounds in a row, it's actually going to be a bit of an awkward one. Zero taking damage to start. He might even burn to a crisp as they push towards Ivy. Great nade being deployed. There's a ton of damage towards Stewie and Fallen. They're all being removed one by one. Just Tarek remaining, and there it is. Clean round once again with all 5 players staying alive 2 times in a row.
So 2 times in a row, 13-5 now for Oscar, pre-buy, post-round, and 14-12. Again, MIBR susceptible to a reset even if they secure this overtime point. mousesports is in a good position to, at the very least, get overtime. They could still win this. No timeout called from MIBR. Electing to go with Fallen back on the AWP. The defaults haven't yielded much in terms of opening kills as of yet. Nade in. Good avoidance by Fur. Only takes fractional damage. Dished it out as well to Sticko. Rops boosted. Oh, he's up on top of the railing. I say boosted, self-boosted. Spotted Fallen on the AWP and then gets away from it because I think Fallen saw him in return, and look at how posed he is with that AWP. If he even oversteps the mark slightly, Rops, he's going to go down, but instead gets aggressive, knows his angles, and knows that Fallen couldn't see him from there. How does Cole not recognize the fact that he's up on top of the ledge after he found one already? Perhaps thought he dropped down. Either way, Fallen's going to find the same fate from the same hands, and Rops with 3 kills now leaves us with Tarek after Chris got one of his own. Another round and one between them, 14-13.
You can see MIBR, they're starting to look very cagey now. Making mistakes, not trading kills out. No one wants to be the player. They make the free kill available. Tarek goes to the plant here. I don't think so any chance of getting it down. Sticko will finish things off, and Rops, what a play that is. LMBT knows it. That was huge. You're right, though. coldzera just assumed he'd fall back, but he was ready to fight. He knows if he knives down and goes on lower ramp, he's going to get chased. Well, he should have been at least. That should be a trade right there. Do not let him escape or reposition. But the fact he gets 3 is still very, very well done. You can see it getting to them now. MIBR struggled in the last few months. Still getting podium finishes and playoff placements, but still, it's not where they want to be. They've had lots of these games. They have huge advantages, and it just seems to be a ground down, round by round. And they've got 1 AK here. That's for coldzera. He's gone all in a simple, like, purchase. Pistols only. That's basically him saying, you know what? Let me handle this, boys. I'll get his to 15. But the orb is ready. Oscar's definitely getting a kill here.
Cold, man, if he's going to do it, it's going to have to be so impressive. Oscar, you're right. No mistake at all. Doubles up, falling down.
This is desperately trying to get a kill at this point. There's one. I don't think that plant's happening. You hunt him down. He might be able to get down in the nick of time. Okay, well, at least there's some money for coldzera with the maximum loss bonus and the bomb going down now.
14-14, though. This is catastrophe.
Yeah, this will be tilting them off the face of the planet.
How many rounds in a row is that?
Difficult to count, Matt.
That's 8?
8, yes.
Whoa. At 14-6 to this.
That's, I'm happy I pointed out at the time. There's some maps like Train, this can happen. As soon as that double orb setup came out, I was like, okay, just win this round. MIBR are not as polished as they used to be back in the SK era. And if they find themselves in a rut and they can't win rounds, they lose a couple of blunderous ones to, like that one with the bomb being planted and Sunny denied it. They can get tilted and look very slow and out of their depth at times. Let's see what they're going to change things up, though. Didn't take a timeout here. Classic run boost. Been doing this for a while. No one there to receive it.
Almost was. They have the angle, though. Oh, he's going to give it up, though. Sticko's just waiting it out with the AUG. Wants to see if anyone commits down the lane. If he steps wide now, he might actually get fallen because he's looking to the opposing side. Scoped in, in fact, so much so that he can't see exactly along the wall. That's why Tarek holds it instead. Smoke positioned, Fallen walks out. Incredible turn of events from mousesports. From 14-6, 8 rounds in a row, we're at 14-14. And I'm not convinced by MIBR in the slightest.
If they lose this map, I dare say they're not coming back from it.
Inferno's not been a comfortable place for them.
That's why I've always criticized their pick of it. We see them in vetoes so often going into an Inferno as their pick, and I don't think they have the results necessary to really back it up and say that that's your go-to map. But either way, 30 seconds remaining. mousesports now knocking on the door of victory. Flash will come out of Ivy. It's Sticko in a great position. Will the Flash catch him? Certainly not, it seems, as he'll actually recover, but Stewie will take him down. Smoke down. Time running away, though. This is Oscar. Can he step up? Doesn't get a chance to get the first kill, but oh my goodness, actually a couple of misses from him. 9 seconds still. He's going to be overwhelmed. The bomb will go down. It's a 4 versus 1.
They knew where Rops was. Cold with 3. He finally does something for his team that allows them to win out the rounds, and as a result of it, we go 15 for MIBR. All of that work to come back from only 6 rounds just to give up the overtime points, potentially map point to MIBR.
Oh my goodness. Overtime, very, very likely here. Obviously, mousesports, after winning, what, 8 rounds in a row, they have more than enough money for everything to be purchased here. All the orbs, the rifles, the pistols, the defuse kits, absolutely everything. Buy it all. And we'll get into the next round and see what can be done here. Will the MIBR getting through by the skin of their teeth for mousesports with an absolutely epic comeback? 14-6 down, now it's 15-14. Yes, against them, but as soon as it gets to overtime, everything's reset. And they'll have the moral advantage, I guess. We'll see what happens.
Do keep in mind that this is for a berth in the semifinals. The team that comes up shy of doing so will still be placed into the quarters. That means they have to play tomorrow. So you don't get the day off, you don't get the free pass. Chance to review some demos and work on potentially train if you're MIBR. So it's going to be Chris J just waiting with vision toward A main from Ivy. He's repositioned to try and cover off the same angle toward the former Tweety entrance. Do you remember that? The birds used to chirp when someone walked down there. 1.6 noise triggers on this map. The dog would bark at Pop Dog.
I remember that.
The birds would chirp
on the
at
bridge
Ivy.
on Aztec, the lightning would strike if you walk across.
Yeah, just tell everyone where you are.
There was a way you could boost over that bridge without the sound trigger. Used to do that in 2-on-2 ladders.
Jump on the railings, right?
You had to do that and your teammate would boost you over and then you could like do it silently. But either way, let's maybe focus on this as this is the final round of regulation. It's going to be MIBR the advantage. That's Ro3, the anchor, the solid anchor going down to nothing. And Chris J, oh, he'll burn. This could be it. 5-on-2, Sticko and Sunny out of position. It's all falling apart in the very last round.
I don't get the risk from Chris in that situation. I know he's trying to hit a shot to deny them the sight, but it's so much to lose and very little perhaps to gain because no way he was going to get out of it with at least going 1-to-1. It leaves them a man down as they do try and pull it back. Bomb planted, though, and it's halfway through its duration already. They've got to get on the pace if they want to get toward the site. Fallen watching towards Z. Cold's already got Sticko, and Fallen finds the shot. They managed to pull it off in a heartbreaking defeat for mousesports, coming back from 14-6, only to lose 16-14.
Yes, sometimes those can be even more gutting than is getting spanked 16-6 or something like that. But at least they've shown they could woken up. The problem is that was their pick. You can see how disheartened they look. They knew they had that in the palm of their hand. As soon as they got on their feet on the CT side, the double orbs came out. They were ready. They were looking sharp. And then at least that's promising for the rest of the series here. They can play Inferno, although it's not ideal without being their pick. But Train, I feel like with that comeback, it's always going to be the most disappointing way to finish, right?
It is pretty disappointing, but with that said, we will get to the order of business. We've got some breaks to take, and then we'll come back over to the desk. We'll see you in a minute.